Hello from AlphaCars. My name is Dimitri, and we're going to talk about 2017 Mercedes S550. Phenomenal value as usual from AlphaCars. This car comes with over $10,000 worth of factory options. We're going to talk about all of them. And most importantly, it is the AlphaCars quality. What that means is you are looking at factory original, Mercedes factory original build quality. There are a lot of cars you see on the road. There are a lot of cars you see on the franchise dealers, independent dealers, private party sales. And the Carfax is great. We're going to talk about that as well. What you don't know is the true vehicle condition. Very few sellers, in fact, we only know of one, and that's AlphaCars. Very few sellers will display in the listing paint meter readings. What is the paint meter? Paint meter is a very simple, very sophisticated, but a very simple to use tool that we can point and we can touch each panel of the car and we can get paint meter measurements and gauge them against factory. This car was all tested and has all factory original body panels, all factory original paint on the factory original body panels. The only panel, we'll talk about that, which is not a big deal, plastic bumper covers often get refinished for cosmetic reason. This car had a minor cosmetic imperfection on the left rear of the bumper, and the bumper was refinished. Not uncommon. That's the only thing that deviates this car from factory original. Let's talk about the interior, something very, very special for every car, because that's where you, the driver, and your passengers, that's where we spend most of our time driving the car. How it looks, it's important, but it's for others to see. When you're inside the car, let's check this out. We have gorgeous color combination. And again, condition is everything. The way the Mercedes built their cars, we know it's top-notch. And then after that, we deal with pre-owned cars. So how the previous owner used an automobile, that's very important. And that's 30 plus years of our experience that come into play in how we select cars for our inventory. This is a very, very good example. Not to mention, it's one of the best values you're going to find, probably the best online currently as we check this against other competitor vehicles. But this car, when you get inside, it does not give you a feel of a pre-owned automobile. It gives you a feel of a new car. There's no smell of any kind. There's a little bit of expensive leather smell, we call it. The condition of typical wear points are incredible. Incredible from the standpoint of, yes, it has 16,000 miles. Very, very low mileage for this age vehicle. But even during 16,000 miles, someone interacted with the vehicle. So the way they interacted with it, they retained the quality of a new car. So everywhere you look, the typical edges, the stitching, the bolsters on the seats, including the driver's seat, very common wear points. It's all like new, and everywhere we look, and then options that this car has, and we're going to talk more about it. Let's take a peek in the back. Plenty of legroom, plenty of legroom. And again, the details that the S550 has is simply outstanding. You have heated seats, you have ventilated seats, you have adjustable seats. This is something that the Mercedes calls, and let's check this out as far as options. So this is called warmth and comfort package. Cooled rear seats, heated rear seats, heated steering wheel, seat memory, and rear bench seat. So you have this gorgeous console. Again, soft leather, everything looks like on a new automobile. Very fancy cup holders, plenty of room, and again, you have all these adjustments. And I am a big fan of luxury cars. I've had a lot of cars, and working in the dealership environment, we drive a lot of cars. And I can appreciate a long wheelbase, German engineering, and luxury. So I had BMW 7s in the late 90s, early 2000, and when Mercedes came out with the 4MATIC system, I switched to that. I've been on now it's my third S550, and they are bulletproof. They are highly reliable, complex vehicle, but highly, highly reliable, and amazing comfort for your passengers and for you as a driver. So let's get back to this car. Oh, by the way, while we're still inside, this car has a panorama roof. What is panorama roof? Let's open this up. So we have a huge sunroof in the front that I just opened up. And it is like oversized sunroof. The sunroof is up to here, so the sunroof opening is up to behind the rear passenger. So even when you're in the back, you can see sky right here. But there's another glass panel right here that opens up, and you have its own sky view and plenty of light on in the rear seat. So we're going to take another angle with the camera, and we're going to talk about, by the way, the engine was running all this time. It's so quiet. That's another beauty of the luxury car, any luxury car, but S550 in particular. It's super, super quiet. The condition, yes, this car has spent 16,344 miles on the road. That's what the odometer shows right now. And what is incredibly amazing, that it has not received that many or any chips that I can see. So I'm carefully inspecting the front of the vehicle, and the paint looks phenomenal. The grille looks phenomenal. And by the way, anytime you see in the grille the segment, and that means that the Mercedes has another very expensive option called Distronic Cruise Control. And I do not want to take too much of the time of the video segment and talk about each option. You can see it on our website, AlphaCars.com, and you'll be able to read up on our website listings. You will find a detailed original window sticker that will show how the vehicle was optioned and equipped from the factory. So while the base price of this car was around $100,000, which is a lot of money for an automobile, the base price of $100,000, the final price after all the options was almost $110,000. That's $10,000 in options in packages that you almost don't have to pay for, because this way this car is priced right now, it is competitive with those cars of unknown quality, because we don't know what the paint meter readings on those cars are. And with definitely lower option level, we're priced extremely competitive. So please check this out. If this car is still available, visit AlphaCars.com. As we go around the vehicle, I will comment that the condition of rims, tires, brakes in excellent condition, because it only has 16,000 miles. The warranty on this car, it still has factory warranty. So you can take this car to any Mercedes dealership in the United States, but hopefully you bring it to AlphaCars and we can handle the warranty for you as well through the Mercedes dealer. With that warranty, you can have two things. You can get an extended service contract. Because it's on factory warranty, you'll get an amazing, great deal on that. You can buy it for 3, 4, 5 years, and you can have an additional 30, 40, 50, even 60,000 miles of coverage on top of the miles that it has today. And when I say 3, 4, 5 years, that's from the day when you purchased the car. Let's keep going around the vehicle, and I'm going to comment on the right side of the car, and it's going to be very, very simple. There are practically no imperfections. I am looking at a tiny, something that actually our detailer can address. There's a tiny little scuff right here that we actually going to put on the list, and there's another one here, and it's not in the paint, it's on the surface. It will clean right off. Usually we look around the door handles, it looks beautiful. And again, we're looking at a factory Mercedes quality finish. It's not the body shop finish, it's the Mercedes quality finish. Let's keep going around the vehicle, and we'll comment on the rear of the vehicle. So what we know, that there was a small, some kind of interaction here in this area, and it was repaired and refinished. All the body panels surrounding the bumper, metal body panels, they're original. They have original paint. but the bumper cover was refinished. There was a cosmetic damage that has been refinished, and it looks absolutely beautiful. Let's have a closer look at the left rear of the vehicle. If you look at the Carfax, it shows impeccable service history. It's a one-owner vehicle, and it shows in 2017 a damage reported to the left rear of the vehicle. And after doing the paint meter test, we confirmed that all the panels have original paint, so they have not been part of this, and we know that the bumper cover was refinished. As we walk around the vehicle, the driver's side looks equally as good as the passenger side. There are no imperfections on the rims. The panels, glass, moldings, they look impeccable. And as we make our walk around the vehicle, we're again at the front of the vehicle. We're faced with phenomenal design by Mercedes team, and the S-Class are usually timeless designs. Every time we have an older one with low mileage, those are also phenomenal values, and we have those. Watch out on our website. People look at those and they're like, I can't believe that in 2008 or 2009 or 11, whatever year might be, that Mercedes had that design. So they do put timeless design elements in the vehicles, and this is a very good example. So let's have another look inside before we wrap up the video. We also want to look at the trunk, and we're going to take a peek at the engine compartment. So check out the trunk. Plenty of room there. And again, look at the quality of this vehicle. It's not overly used at all. In fact, everything around here looks like new. There are floor mats, and there's a tire inflation kit. There's a compressor because it doesn't have a spare wheel. There's an owner's manual with all the goodies, all the books, and there are a couple other things here that came with the car when it was new. And let's check out the engine, which is an incredible power plant by Mercedes. It delivers 449 horsepower. And when we talk horsepower, there are different types of horsepower. You wouldn't think so, but there is. If you talk about Nissan horsepower, Toyota horsepower, in my book, that's one type of horsepower. You talk about German horsepower, for some reason, it feels different. You may have a German car with 200 horsepower and a Japanese car, love them, have nothing against them, but you may have a Japanese car with 250 horsepower and it's gonna feel like the German car is 100 horsepower more. So this has 449 horsepower of German horsepower. This thing is unbelievable. It delivers 516 pounds of torque at a very early RPM, which means, again, comfort. Not only it's fast, and we don't have to go fast. In fact, we cannot go fast here in the United States, but it's comfort. So when you step on the throttle, you have you are rewarded with incredible, easy, smooth acceleration without ever a need for downshift to gain the speed. So we're looking at a twin-turbo V8 by Mercedes that develops 449 horsepower, 516 pounds of torque at the very, very early RPM. Let's listen to the engine a little bit. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, Distronic cruise control, Burmeister sound system, and the engine you don't hear. And we love Mercedes because, and our customers do, because you also have the latest in technology and you still have a lot of nice buttons to touch and play with and access when you need to. So while Mercedes delivers technology, you also get to touch the controls for the technology, like you have for active cruise control, some other things, 360 camera. You have buttons line up right at your fingertips, literally. Beautiful chrome. No imperfections on the car that you typically see on vehicles. The door edges are nice and clean. The front is nice and clean. The tires and wheels are not, they have not been interacted with curbs. It's a beautiful car that we're proud to offer for your consideration. So we thank you very much for visiting our YouTube channel, for viewing this video. We have many, many other cars in 4 locations at AlphaCars. We have 2 showrooms and 2 dealerships. One dealership is AlphaCars in Boxborough in Massachusetts, one in Northampton, New Hampshire. We have showroom in Spencer, Massachusetts, where we have vintage automobiles and collectibles and motorcycles. And we have showroom in Acton, Massachusetts. So make sure you visit us online or visit us in person. Thank you.